citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and it's going to be another wrestling review. So, today we're looking at the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble match from 2018 at the Royal Rumble event in 2018. So, for starters, as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time. And for the most part, I had a pretty good time with this match. So, of course, we're continuing our look at Royal Rumble matches, not just matches that happen at Royal Rumble pay-per-views, but Royal Rumble matches itself. And like I said, I'm going to try to do 2 a week. One, a match that happened at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and then an actual Royal Rumble match. And so, for the match that happened at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, last time we did Edge versus Rey Mysterio at Royal Rumble 2008. So, if you haven't already, go check out that video. And 10 years later, we have the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. Up to this point, although women's wrestling didn't always get that much respect or credit, WWE was slowly building towards women getting more time to shine and everything in the world of pro wrestling. And that was also the case here. And it really feels like it all culminated in this match. The first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. Definitely history making, definitely groundbreaking. And there was some good, some okay, some not as good, but without further ado, let's get right into it. So, for those of you who have seen these reviews before, you kind of already, for the most part, know how this works. For those of you who haven't, pretty much I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match and everything. Starting with what I liked, I feel like numbers 1 and 2 who were good choices to start this off, and that's Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, aka 2 of 4 horsewomen in WWE. At least that's how WWE coined them, as the 4 horsewomen. Of course, her Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, now in New Japan, at least at the time of this recording. Becky Lynch, meanwhile, has gone on to be launched into the stratosphere. This is sadly before the big push that Becky got, where she was the man and everything. But a good choice to have these two start off, and then as the match progressed, we got some pretty strong talents in the match. The talent pool for this match was pretty good. There's people like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who were part of Absolution at this time. All 3 members of the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan, all part of this match. There was some surprise entrants, such as like the Bella Twins and Molly Holly and everything. And, there were some also other legends as well, such as Lita and Michelle McCool and Trish Stratus and everything. And although they had just recently been a part of the Raw 25th anniversary, that happened I think like a couple weeks or so before this match. So they were part of that, and now they're being brought back for this match, which makes sense that you want to have as many people as possible. There was other talents in there as well, such as Natalya and Beth Phoenix, as well as Naomi. Naomi did something similar to Kofi Kingston, in where she was able to get back in the match even after being launched out. At first, he fell into everybody, and then he made her way across the railing to the chair. This time, he used the chair to wheel herself over, which honestly, that's probably what Kofi should have did anyway. The year that Kofi used the chair as a pogo stick, I think it was JBL's chair when JBL was doing commentary, as a pogo stick. He honestly could have just wheeled himself over, and then Naomi made the steps, although just be tossed out like a couple seconds later by Nia Jax, if I'm not mistaken. That felt was kind of dumb, but still pretty cool to see. And it's won by Asuka, which I think Asuka winning was a really, really solid choice. Asuka, up to this point, was in the midst of her undefeated streak, so her winning this match has to go on to WrestleMania, I think was a really, really solid choice. Sadly, the match with Charlotte Flair didn't live up to expectation, but having her win here was a pretty good choice. And then the surprise arrival of Ronda Rousey. This is when she first came into WWE. at this point in time, and at the time of this recording, he just lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte, but Ronda Rousey missed her second stint with WWE. But this is when she was beginning her first stint, so that was 2018, and up until WrestleMania 35 the next year in 2019. So, this was the kind of genesis of that, and so yeah, overall a pretty decent match, some decent action, some decent spots, and everything. In terms of what I didn't really like about the match, I feel like some of the competitors could have lasted a little bit longer and made more of an impact in the match. There was wrestlers like Sasha Banks who spent quite a bit of time on the outside, right? And almost eliminating kind of a dumb way with the Bella Twins, just like dumping her over her. It was kind of weird. So I wish she got to last a little bit longer. And there was other herds. I know Mandy Rose didn't really last that long in the match. I wish they lasted a little bit longer, or in the match. But I know that happens a lot of times in Rumble matches. Some competitors don't last that long. And another thing I wasn't really the biggest fan of was how Asuka won the match. That's where it was kind of like just like a simple drop kick to Nikki Bella, who made it to the final two. And then just kind of simple drop kick, and Nikki Bella just kind of falls off the apron. I feel like that was kind of almost like a wet fart ending, because like it's not like something major that eliminated her. It was kind of just like a simple drop kick. Something that in a lot of other Rumble matches they probably hang on to the apron, but Nikki kind of just falls, and then Asuka just sort of wins. It kind of looked a little bit awkward, not gonna lie. Now, what do I mean by like big moments? For example, in the 2006 Royal Rumble, where Randy Orton was parading around with Rey Mysterio on the shoulders, which I reviewed that match. If you ever go check that out. He's parading with Rey Mysterio on the shoulders, and then as Randy goes to dump him over, then Rey, Hurricane Rana's Randy out of the match, had something like that, or like, or something like Drew McIntyre, hitting the Claymore to Brock, well, this isn't in the match, but when Drew McIntyre Claymored Brock Lesnar out of the ring in the 2020 Royal Rumble match, which Drew McIntyre would go on to win. Or like Chris Benoit, we did a kind of slow DDT to the Big Show to get him out. So something like that, I think, would have been a little bit cooler, but we didn't really get that. Honestly, Asuka had like this interesting maneuver where she like wrapped her legs around Nikki Bella's head and kind of like pulled her out. Nikki stayed on the apron for that. Honestly, I think that probably would have been a better end to the match, because not was a cool move, but the match would end and the match would only go for like another maybe 20 seconds. It's like you could have just ended the match right there, or that cool maneuver for just like pulling Nikki Bella out of the ring. I think that probably would have been a better ending, but nevertheless, pretty decent for the first Women's Royal Rumble match. And now, of course, the Women's Royal Rumble match, a staple of the Royal Rumble every year, as the Women's Rumble match. But this was the inaugural. And another thing I wanted to know, a couple of things I wanted to know, I think were kind of cool for the most part. First of all, Stephanie McMahon on commentary for this match. Of course, Stephanie McMahon working closely with a lot of the talents and everything, as well as her husband Triple H, especially working with a lot of the younger talents. And plus, Stephanie McMahon kind of like a pivotal person in WWE. Not anymore at the time of recording, because she just resigned on, I think it was either Tuesday or yesterday. She announced her resignation from WWE, but definitely a major champion for women's wrestling in the WWE. But also, this match was the main event of the show. The men's Royal Rumble match was earlier in the show. So having the show main event with the first ever women's Royal Rumble match, I think was a very smart move, and it put over how important this moment is. But Yeah, so that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see it as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments, do you like, dislike this match? Do you like, dislike my review of this match? What are your thoughts on the match? And who did you want to win the Royal Rumble match this year, if not Asuka? But also, I also will ask, who do you want to win uh, the men and women's Royal Rumble match this year? I guess I'll give my predictions really quickly. For the men's, I definitely want to see Cody Rhodes win it. I feel like Cody Rhodes would be a very good choice, and he seems like the choice to win it. Like if not Cody, who else? So that Cody can feud with Roman and possibly take one, if not both, of the titles. Cody's pretty much healthy, as it's seemingly confirmed, pretty much on his way back to the ring. Why not have him win the Rumble and then move on to Mania? The other choice, at least that seems to be a choice that a lot of people are dreading, is The Rock. Which The Rock, I like The Rock. I love The Rock actually. He's awesome. Very charismatic in his promos and everything. Still in really good shape, but he really doesn't need a Royal Rumble win. You can probably have The Rock feud with Roman without having to sacrifice the Royal Rumble match. You can probably still have that Rumble match and have The Rock win. As for the women's Royal Rumble, honestly wouldn't mind seeing Alexa Bliss win it. She's kind of having a feud with Bianca Belair right now, and she's sort of getting a push. I wouldn't mind her winning. Some people also said Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley would be a really solid choice, and would definitely give a lot more legitimacy to Judgment Day and everything. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I absolutely love the Royal Rumble, and I can't wait to see who wins this year. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.